Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Moltar, and welcome to another week. Yes, another week. This is week 4 of the SATAL 2019 recap. This is a Gold League matchup between 718th LnG and the Art of Warfare. It's a pretty good one. Lots of good stuff goes down in this matchup, and we're going to see it all. But first, this video is brought to you by Thrustmaster and the T-Flight HOTUS X. Are you wanting to break into the flight sim scene, don't have a fortune to spend on gear, or don't know if flight sims are your thing? Then the HOTUS X is for you. With great ergonomics and enough buttons and switches to get you rolling on your new flight sim career, the HOTUS X is the perfect piece of starter kit. For more information on the Thrustmaster T-Flight HOTUS X, be sure to visit thrustmaster.com or click on the links in the description below. Round 1 gets kicked off with TAW Knocktrack narrowly avoiding multiple missiles but eventually succumbing to multiple munitions from the 718th LnG side. Simultaneously to TAW Knocktrack's engagement, we see TAW Venom and 718th LnG's Hell Requiem trading in a northeastern engagement, bringing the pilot numbers to 2 for TAW and 3 for the 718th LnG. TAW finds themselves in a bit of a tough spot, one pilot down in the closing clutches of this round 1. TAW's Insidior eventually breaks the stalemate, merging with 718th LnG's Otter, equalizing the playing field at 2 apiece. After his teammate's death, 718th Seawolf finds himself in a horrific position sandwiched between 2 TAW pilots and eventually succumbs to multiple missiles, giving TAW the advantage, 2 pilots to 1. 718th LnG's Upcross eventually finds himself merged with TAW Frosty, but lacking missiles is unable to get the quick kill. Eventually, he finds himself with TAW Frosty on his 6-sec after a quick roll reversal and succumbs to M61 gunfire, giving TAW the win after a butt clincher of a round and pushing us to round 2. Welcome back to the studio, ladies and gentlemen. TAW, after a butt clincher of a round, is able to take that one with 2 pilots remaining. What a round that was. TAW finding themselves 1 pilot down at the end throws of that match, or the end throws of that round, but somehow able to reverse their fates and come out on top. Will 718th LnG be able to come back from the depths and send this into a round 3? Or is TAW going to clinch this one out in 2 rounds and solidify their victory in this 4th week matchup? Let's find out. Round 2 between TAW and 718th LnG opens with 718th LnG Seawolf succumbing to a very long-range AIM 120 launched by TAW Frosty. 718th LnG's Ovcross, finding himself at both an altitude and situational awareness deficit, succumbs to a close-range AIM 120, further giving the TAW side the advantage at 4 pilots to 2. After a bit of a lull, TAW Insidior finds himself merged with 718th LnG's Hell Requiem and is able to all but end 718th LnG's hopes at coming out on top in this round 2. After being absent from the fight for some time, LnG's Otter is able to get an aim not on target and kill TAW Insidior. However, immediately after that kill, TAW Frosty is able to get an R77 out on Otter and finishes the round, giving TAW the win 2 rounds to none. Hello again and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes our Week 4 matchup between 718th LnG and the Art of Warfare, or TAW. TAW able to take it in a pretty definitive fashion eventually, really taking it to and overcoming the odds, especially in round 1 against 718th. And that wraps up this Week 4 Gold League recap. I'm your host, Moltar. Thanks to Jabbers for all the post-production work. If you guys like what you see, please like and subscribe. Drop us a comment down below so we know what you like, what you don't like, what we can do in the future to make these better. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. We've got some module giveaways coming up, and make sure you follow us on Twitch so you don't miss out on any of the future live stream action. And that wraps it up, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. Hopefully we'll see you next weekend. Until then, have a good week, have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time.